Hey guys, what's going on? Sincere here with whoissincere.com. Want to bring you a quick story here regarding Officer Robin Davenport of the Chattanooga Police Department. There's a mother here who's been trying to get justice for her daughter for the last year, her 11-year-old daughter. I won't play this video. I will leave a link below so that you guys could actually play this video yourself. But I would suggest you go to this link, play this video, and listen to the mother speak to one of my favorite reporters from this area. Does a really good job, Michelle Herron. So you really have to listen to this interview. And if you just read some of the context here in the article, I looked at her text and you could see where it was ongoing. I literally stopped counting at 400 texts. I stopped counting. So, he was sending her text messages saying all kinds of, things you don't say to an 11-year-old, like requesting that she send him pictures, telling her the difference between a boy and a girl, and, asking her about her underwear. I mean, this is really creepy behavior, and this is from a police officer. So this is what we're talking about. And when we start talking about the police officers being allowed to be in our schools and just roam the halls of our schools, well, we've been seeing lately, we've been getting these videos out of the schools what the police have been doing to the children in the schools. And we see this their power being, flexed amongst these children. And this is very dangerous, because the children's minds are able to be manipulated very easily. So when you see cases of officers using their position of authority to, to commit criminal acts, this is a criminal act. Anybody else would already be in jail for this. This man is on administrative leave with pay, with pay. And this is what the society, this is what people are so upset about, is because these kind of things happen, and it can even happen to an 11-year-old girl where there's such a breach of, of justice, a breach of conduct, where there's no kind of recourse for action. Administrative leave with pay is the equivalent of vacation. That's what it's the equivalency of. It's the equivalency of vacation. Now, do you have the stress of knowing you may lose your job? Of course. In most situations, though, and statistics show this, the officers are, you know, it, they're pretty much excused of mainly all charges. And most of the time, they return to their normal status and duty and then even get promoted shortly thereafter in fractions. This is a common factor that happens time and time and time again. So it keeps the old thing alive where all the dirt gets swept under the rug and it's all okay. And the same thing is happening here. An 11-year-old is being texted by a professional police officer who's working on the taxpayer's dime. Okay, this is Chattanooga Police Department working on the taxpayer's dime. And what is he doing? He's spending his time to send inappropriate text messages to an 11-year-old girl. So TBI, which is the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, has launched an investigation into this. But, it's kind of, this is far along now, and it already is a stain now even on TBI because this has been ongoing for a year without any answers. There's no reason for that. Absolutely no reason at all for that. So, hopefully the family here will actually receive some justice. Hopefully this man will be held accountable for his actions in sending over 400 text messages, which were, from his phone number. So that's why he was placed on the administrative leave, but still they were unable to figure out whether the text messages were from him or whether he had actually broken any laws by sending the text messages. That's where we're at now, where they're trying to figure out whether the man broke any laws by sending text messages to an 11-year-old girl asking her about her underwear. So how much more rope can we give these lawless officers? How much rope can we give this system of injustice. This is what I'm saying. That's why it's so important that we start getting behind the concept of what I'm about to put out. We have to start withdrawing our consent from these people, from this entire system, from this entire government. And we're going to have to work within some areas of the government atmosphere to make some changes on our own. But on an overall status, we have to back up and let our government know who's in charge. They can't keep doing things like this with our consent. And the quicker that we can tell them, hey, wait a second, this isn't righteous. This is not correct. This is not moral. You know, I teach my kids that police officers are there to help you. They're there when you need them. But then you guys turn around and do something like this. How can I trust my children around you? How can I tell my children that you are the defenders of moral righteousness in this country or in our town or in our city if there can be no moral righteousness because of the single fact that it doesn't matter. They're going to investigate themselves. They're going to draw it out as long as they can. And then the person is going to be, exonerated of all any kind of charges or allegations. So that's what we're looking at here, guys. We can't allow this to keep happening, but this officer is clearly in the wrong. They're going to, of course, investigate, like they said, but anytime an officer can send 400 text messages to an 11-year-old girl, and they have to question whether he actually did anything wrong, and the context of those messages are sexual in nature. We have lawlessness running rampant in this land, and it has to be stopped. So I'll drop a link for this, guys. Michelle Herron has done a great job getting an exclusive on this, and I would recommend you definitely give this article a share, and to support the article. This video a share that I'm doing here, and also, share the information about this video that's actually within the article. This, you can hear the words of the mother yourself. So you don't have to listen to me, listen to the actual mother, and, draw your conclusion from that, So that's all I have for you guys regarding this. And, as always, guys, stay alert, stay alive.